Mike or MJ Gaming here, and in today's video we're going to go over quickscoping in Call of Duty and a few tips and tricks that you might be able to use to get better at quickscoping in this game. And the first thing that I would like to talk about before I start this is it is a basis of general preference. The settings or however you controls whatever is basically your personal preference. So there's a lot of people telling you the best settings, like these settings are goated or whatever, but in all reality it is based off your basically if you're comfortable with playing the game, how you're comfortable with playing. But to first go over with quickscoping, the gun you saw in those clips there was the Lockwood Mw2, and as you can see I do have this thing golden, but I'm just gonna go over the actual attachments of this thing to make it as fast as quickscoping as it was. So the first attachment that you're gonna want to use, like I said, I use this scope here, the SPX 86.6. It's just a nice scope that generally feels good with me. But for this you would want the bullseye stock. This increases your ADS speed, your sprint speed, and your crouch movement speed. And then after that we have the Lockwood Merciless. It's basically sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. And then we have a lever. I always use the rechambering speed lever on any marksman rifle because it just helps shoot faster. And you have this here, which is a guard, and I have the commando guard on here, which basically increases ADS speed and crouch movement speed. And that's about it. But yeah, that's the build that I used those clips if you guys want to use that. But without further ado, I'm gonna actually get more in depth about what I mean about the whole quickscoping scenario here. In this clip here, guys, you'll see a little white dot in the center of my screen. I don't know if you can see that, but that is the main tip for quickscoping. And with that, you just want to make sure that you line up that tiny white dot on the enemy, because wherever you scope in, that white dot is basically your reticle. So wherever your reticle is pointed, that's where you're going to be shooting when you scope in. That's how you can tell in these clips, is that quickscoping is I'm lining up that little white dot on their body and just basically just scoping in very quickly and shooting. It's very good, very overpowered in a way if you can get really good at it, but that's tip number one. Okay guys, tip number two that I have for you is actually just something that is just a basis of knowing, and it's just general map awareness and just knowing your corners and little hidey holes or whatever. Knowing the map is basically one of the biggest advantages to any quickscoper, because if you know where your enemy is going to be coming, then you're already there and ready to go. Tip number three, guys, make sure that you guys are understanding that this stuff is not gonna happen overnight. You have to be patient and you have to practice. This stuff is basically experience based, because the more experience you have at it, the better it is. That's basically the generic of it all. With any type of thing, is practice makes perfect. But that's tip number three. Tip number four I have for you guys, and it's just another just basic thing. Make sure that you guys are getting enough sleep. I know it's like super dumb to say, but getting enough sleep is actually key to being able to quickscope, because if you're not treating your body good enough, then you're not going to basically perform well in a way. So always make sure you're getting at least like 6 to 8 hours of sleep or whatever. But yeah, the real fourth tip I want to talk about is mainly just basically having your own form of playing. And I mean that as in play the game your own way. Don't follow anybody else, really, because if you try to copy somebody else's gameplay, you're not going to have as much fun, you know? So, just make sure that you make your own way to play, if that makes sense. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are my tips and tricks on how to get a little better at quickscoping. If this video did help you out in any way, make sure to please hit the subscribe button. If you're new, hit the like button. It makes me feel good, you know. But anyway, it's been Mike or MJRL Gaming, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or evening. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.